If you've ever tried taking photos of a diamond ring only to have it look like a blurry blob, you know the struggle. Finding the best Canon macro lens for jewelry photography is tricky because those tiny details demand serious glass. I spent weeks testing these 5 options on my own workbench to see which ones actually deliver that crisp, high-end sparkle.
Product number 1, Canon EF 50mm f1.8 STM lens. When I first picked up the nifty 50, I was honestly worried it felt a bit too light, almost like a toy. It's a tiny thing, but once I twisted it onto my DSLR, I realized why everyone keeps one in their bag. Now, full disclosure, this isn't a dedicated macro lens. It has a maximum magnification of 0.21x, which means you can't get right up in the face of a small earring and expect it to fill the frame. However, during my testing, I found that the f1.8 aperture is a lifesaver for lifestyle jewelry shots. If you're shooting a model wearing a necklace, the way this lens blurs out the background is beautiful. It makes the gold pop against the skin without any distractions. The STM motor is surprisingly quiet too. I didn't hear that annoying grinding sound while the camera was hunting for focus. The minimum focusing distance is about 1.15 feet. For a huge statement piece or a watch, that's fine. But for a tiny nose stud, you'll be cropping your photos quite a bit. I'd say if you're just starting out and you need a lens that handles portraits and general product shots on a tight budget, grab this. It's a solid performer for the price, even if it won't give you that microscope look. It's a great stepping stone before you dive into the specialized gear I'm looking at next.
Product number 2, Altura Photo 58mm 0.43x HD wide-angle lens with macro lens. I'll be honest, I was skeptical when I unscrewed this from the box. This isn't a lens that mounts to your camera body, it actually screws onto the front of your existing lens, like the 50mm I just talked about. It feels solid enough though, and it's a clever way to cheat your way into macro photography without spending hundreds of dollars. When I used the detachable macro portion of this attachment, I was genuinely surprised. It allows you to get much closer to your subject than a standard lens allows. I tried it on my 18 to 55mm kit lens, and suddenly I could see the tiny engravings inside a wedding band that were invisible before. It's not going to give you the clinical sharpness of a $1,000 lens, but for social media posts or Etsy listings, the quality is more than enough to get the job done. The wide-angle part of it is cool for shop interiors, but for jewelry, you'll mostly be using the macro piece. One thing I noticed is that you get some softness around the very edges of the frame. If you keep your jewelry centered, it looks great. This is the perfect choice for the hobbyist who already has a basic Canon kit and wants to experiment with close-ups without a massive investment. It's a handy little tool to keep in your pocket for those moments when you just need to get a bit tighter on the details.
Product number 3, Canon EF 100mm f2.8L IS-USM macro lens. The second I held this lens, I knew I was dealing with a different animal. It has that L series build quality. It's hefty, weather-sealed, and feels like it could survive a drop, though I didn't test that. This is widely considered the gold standard for jewelry, and after using it, I totally get the hype. The 1:1 magnification is the star of the show. I was able to get about a foot away from a diamond and have it fill the entire viewfinder. The detail was incredible. I could see every facet and even the tiny dust specks I missed with my cleaning cloth. The image stabilization, IS, is a huge deal here because when you're zoomed in that close, even your heartbeat can make the image shake. This lens smoothed that right out, allowing me to get sharp shots even when I wasn't using a tripod. The autofocus is near silent and incredibly fast, but I loved that I could just grab the focus ring for manual adjustments at any time. It's a 100mm focal length, which gives you a nice working distance. You don't have to be right on top of the jewelry, which makes lighting much easier since your camera doesn't cast a shadow over the piece. If you are serious about professional jewelry photography and want the absolute best results for your portfolio, this is the one to save up for. It's a professional tool that delivers professional results. Product number 4, Sigma 105mm f2.8 EX DG OS HSM macro lens. Sigma has been giving Canon a run for their money lately, and holding this 105mm lens, I could feel why. It's got a rugged, matte finish that feels great in the hand, and it comes with a nice hood and bag. It's a dedicated 1:1 macro lens, just like the Canon 100mm, but usually at a price point that's a bit easier to swallow. In my tests, the sharpness was biting. I photographed a vintage watch with a lot of texture on the dial, and the Sigma captured every tiny scratch and grain of the metal. The optical stabilizer worked well, though I felt the Canon version was a tiny bit smoother. One thing I really liked was the focus limiter switch. It lets you tell the lens to only look for focus at close range, which prevents it from hunting all the way to infinity when you're trying to lock onto a small gemstone. The bokeh, the blurry background, is creamy and soft, which makes jewelry look very high-end. Since it's a 105mm, you get that same great working distance where you aren't bumping your lens into your lights. It's a bit heavier than the Canon, but it feels incredibly well built. If you want that 1:1 macro capability and L-series sharpness, but want to save a few $100 for some extra lighting gear, this Sigma is an absolute champion. It's probably the best value for money dedicated macro lens I've tested so far.
Product number 5. Canon RF 35mm f1.8s macro STM lens. If you've moved over to Canon's mirrorless R-series cameras, this little 35mm is a fascinating option. It's compact, lightweight, and has a very modern feel with a control ring on the front that I programmed to change my ISO on the fly. It felt very natural to use while I was adjusting my jewelry props with my other hand. Now, this is a 0.5x macro, so it doesn't get as microscopic as the 100mm or 105mm lenses. But for jewelry, 0.5x is actually a sweet spot for many people. It's perfect for bracelets, watches, or groups of rings. The 35mm focal length is wider, which gives your jewelry photos a more environmental feel. I found it great for shooting jewelry laid out on a marble table or a decorative tray. The 5-stop image stabilization is fantastic. I was able to take handheld shots in a dimly lit room and they came out crisp. Because it's an RF lens, the communication with the camera is lightning fast. It's a hybrid lens. It's a great everyday street lens that just happens to have really good close-up capabilities. If you're a mirrorless user who wants one lens that can do travel photos during the day and jewelry shots at night, this is a versatile workhorse. It's not a specialized pro jewelry lens, but for most creators, it's a brilliant all-arounder.